so I think they finally, well, not I think, they finally given us all the new cards. They've updated all the new cards in the portal, so I guess it's time to do the usual here and review all the new cards. There's not a lot, I guess. It's just 17 cards, right? I mean, it's just a mini set, so yeah, we're just gonna look through them and see how they are. I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep, so if I get things wrong, then like, I mean, I usually get things wrong anyway, but this time I'm extra likely to get things wrong. But, well, we shall find out. So we'll be looking at the new cards here. They're all resurgent except for the one new legendary card, which I guess we'll look at later, but yeah, let's just, I guess, start looking at the cards. So we have the first card here is Forest legendary. We have Sekka. Sekka's back now. She costs, so 1 cost 1/1, so she's still a 1 cost 1/1, I guess. Comes with Ward. Fanfare. If allied followers have evolved at least 5 times this match, then you get her token spell, I think. And then if any evolved allied followers are in play, she also evolves, so she has that Blooming Dancer auto evolve effect, I guess, which is cool. It's a strong effect. And her spells called Nine-Tailed Fox's Farewell. Deals X damage to random enemy follower. X is the number of times allied followers have evolved this match, and then if X is at least 10, she gets oh, you also give Storm to her, and then if X is at least 10, then you can give her a +4/+4, which is, I guess, kind of cool. I don't know how easy it is to get the 10 evos with Forest. I mean, they do have some pretty good things they can use, right? They do have they have Fairy Fun Fact, I guess. A Fairy Fun Fact. Arya is probably staple if you're playing Evo, and then I guess you have that Damien, although he doesn't really evolve himself. Alice is rotated out already, so we can't abuse Alice. I don't know, seems a bit hard to reach 10 to me. But if you reach 10, she just like storms for like 7 damage. Or 2 PP, which is pretty good. You also have to get rid of wards with her random damage, I guess. Oh, she also comes with ward herself, that's also pretty good. You can probably actually, well, you get Storm no matter what. So whether your condition is active or not with the X count, you still get Storm, but you have to evolve allied followers 5 times to get the spell, so I guess you can't do that. I think maybe you can play this in Castell as a 1 cost Storm, but maybe it's a bit hard to get her a spell in Castell. You have to evolve quite a bit. I guess Castell does play a lot of Fairy Fun Fact and stuff, so maybe it's possible, but who knows? But I guess you can. I think her. I mean, obviously her main thing is to be played as an Evo support, so I guess maybe you're looking for that. And it's a lot though. And definitely feels like a lot. You can keep a lot of copies of her spell and buff the same 1 copy like multiple times if you want, but I'm not sure if that's like worth doing. Forest is playing Ladika now, right? This definitely doesn't go in Ladika. You have to place in its own Evo deck, so hard to say. Maybe it's good. I don't really see her being good enough though. I think 10 is a bit too slow for what she does, but her auto evolve is super strong though. This auto evolve effect is really good. Yeah, I don't really think she's gonna be that good. So next one, Iron Kite Elf. Forest Gold Machina. So this is one of 2 Machina cards that Forest has currently. The other one is Damien, I guess. Yeah. 3 cost 3/1 with Rush. Fanfare, at least 2 other cards to play this turn evolve. So you could probably do this on turn 4 if you get a Wisp or something. I'm not sure if you want to. Is Forest gonna be good again now? Isn't Forest already good? Isn't Ladika good? I thought Ladika was good. Do we not agree that Ladika's a good deck? I mean, it's like not the best, but it's like pretty solid. But I'm not sure Sekka is good enough to make like a high tier deck. Maybe she'll make a decent deck, but I don't think she'll be good enough to become like the best Forest deck around or anything. Let's get back to this. Fanfare, at least 2 other cards to play this turn. Evolve this follower. Right, put a random Forest Craft follower from your deck into your hand and recover 1 play point. So his base form basically costs 2 as long as you have a trade target, which you will have against most decks, unless it's Amulet Haven or something, I guess. And then when evolved, it can attack twice per turn, and that's the only difference. I mean, I feel like you have to wait to turn 4 to activate. At the very earliest, the fanfare to evolve itself is activated probably on turn 4, and that's if you go off your way to generate wisps, which I don't know if you want to generate wisps, cause like they don't really relate much to your evo, your whole evo plan. So maybe you don't want the wisps. But yeah, I mean, if you're playing Evo, I think you're playing this just for the fact that it draws 2 cards. It does attack twice, but it has very low health, so I'm not sure how often you're actually going to be able to have 2 targets to trade into. I guess you need a follower with 2 attack or less in order to trade this. It's not really bad as a manual evolve target either. You can just manual evo it, and it's like what, a 1 PP card can clear 2 followers, draw you 2 cards. Pretty solid in that case as well. If Sekka is good, this is good. Evo Forest Rail. I am not convinced yet. But yet, if you're gonna play the Evo Forest, you're gonna run this card. What's up, Mellow? Yeah, I think if you're playing Forest, if you're playing Evo Forest, I think this card is worth running in the deck. But I don't see either this or Sekka making the Evo Forest the new best Forest deck to play right now. So yeah, not super sold on this. And again, I don't really play that much Forest, so I wouldn't know. So next, the 2 expensive 2 costs would be good. If they made this thing cost 2, then it would it costs 0 play points after evolve, which is kind of insane. You think of it as like a Evo play on turn 4, and that is also decent to use on turn 5 without evolving it. It's actually not that bad, I don't think. A lot of the auto... There is a problem that a lot of the cheap or autos evolve cards are 2 costs or more, which makes it hard to play this on turn 5 while combining it with those, so that's worth noting. Are you excited for Soul Taker Leader? Yeah, if I can pull her. Then certainly. I do want to try Last Words as well, so we'll have opportunities to play Soul Taker, but that's a bit of a spoiler, so let's move on to Not, the dominant queen. She's Sword Legendary Commander. Fanfare, put Dominance Order into your hand, subtract X from the cost, summon X enemy firm henchman. X is half the number of times allied forces evolve this match rounded up. During a turn, when an enemy card is destroyed, deal 2 damage to the leader, and they actually put a turn limit. Is Arisa finally playable? She's not even an evil card, is she? No, I doubt Arisa is playable. Whenever enemy card is destroyed, deal 5 damage to 2 damage to the enemy leader up to 5 times per turn. So they actually did put a limit on this. I feel like they probably didn't need to put a limit on this, but I guess they know what they're doing, maybe. Oops, I did not go next. We have to look at the spell and the follower. We have Dominance Order, which is 4 cost spell. Select 2 enemy cards in play and destroy all other enemy cards, so you can pop your opponent's amulets as well. If your opponent's playing Natera, they automatically give you a target for the spell at all times. So you need 2 targets, so yeah. You also random unevolved Not as well, and then from Henchman is 2 cost 2/2. Craft Bronze Officer. He ignores ward, so I guess if you don't clear him, your opponent can just hit you in the face with it and ignore the ward. Can't attack Not, so you can lock your opponent with him. Yeah, if you were mentioning this, you can use... You said a lot, you said Not is good. Maybe. Ignore ward, can't attack Not. So you just play this and your opponent can't play any cards, right? Because you just fill their board with Firm Henchman. And I guess they hit you in the face with the Firm Henchman. But like, you kill them and then they heal you back. And then, is that even good? I mean, it's pretty solid, right? You have to lock your opponent. You can play Not, your opponent is locked for 1 turn. Then next turn you play her spell, she evolves. Destroys the Firm Henchman, and then you can hit face with her for 7. Assuming your opponent can't clear it with a spell, which honestly, Maybe they can't. Also, I believe her effect is active on your opponent's turn as well. Oh, it's during your turn. Never mind. That sucks. Why is it during your turn? Why can't it be during your opponent's turn as well? Finally, evil rally support. It's not rally support, it's just evil support. She summons the followers for your opponent, not you. She summons it for your opponent, so you can support your opponent's rally, I guess. You can support your opponent's rally or their last words. So in order to get dominant order to cost 0, you need to summon. You need to get 7 evils. If you want to summon 5 firm henchmen, which like probably your opponent's not leaving enough board space that you need to summon 4, then you need up to 5, but you need like 9 for that, which is like probably unnecessary. I think 4 is definitely good enough. So ideally, I think Nakna is at her best when you're like 7 evils, I guess. Neutral evolve is good with Nakna? Not really, I don't think. She's not even neutral. If she was a neutral card, maybe. So Nakna does a lot of things. She heals, she does damage. She can lock your opponent's board, and if your opponent doesn't run a hard removal, your Nakna can literally just sit on the board and just stare your opponent in the face. And your opponent if your opponent can't answer the Nakna, you can just hit them in the face for 7 with her. Along with ability to destroy 5 cards to deal up to 10 damage. So technically it kind of works, I guess. The spell evolves her as well, so she does count for evil. Deals damage. I'm not super sold on Nakna, if I'm being honest. I'm not really convinced. Like, I think she's too slow for what the meta is. Like, you're just gonna get blown up by Wrath anyway, so like, I don't know what she's meant to do. You give your opponent firm henchman, right? You can, in theory, lock their board with a firm henchman, but also if your opponent just hits you in the face, you can just die from that. Which is not ideal. I do like the design of the card though. I'll probably try playing her, but I'm not sold. Is Evil Sword even good now? I don't think so. There's no finisher. We had Grimnir, that's it. We have Grimnir, and I guess Nakna is kind of a finisher. Other than what, you playing Chronos as a finisher? Oh. Here's what you do. You wait until Chronos. You wait until turn 10. Okay. You get to turn 10. And then you play Knock, you play Chronos, and then you play another Knock. And then you use the spell twice, which will kill 3 of the henchmen, and then you can trade into the other 2 henchmen if you have 2 evolved Knock for an OTK. That's how it works, right? That's cope. You can write a card, what's the point? What's the point of having her write the card? Doesn't do anything, she doesn't have any evolved effect. She's really not really, despite costing 5 herself, she's not really a good turn 5 play either, unless your idea of a good turn 5 play is you play Nakna, evolve her, trade it into one of the henchmen that you summon, and then you heal 2 and deal 2 damage to the enemy, and that's it. Turn 10 is a bit too much. I guess it depends on how well you can survive. I mean, Sword has relatively decent amount of survival cards, right? You have Roland to heal, as well as draw. You have Galder, which gives big ass damage shield, I guess. We have Wise, which is not super useful right now because you play Wise and then they just play Diablo's Head and then your Wise is suddenly gone, which is very sad. You can destroy things that can't be targeted though. That's pretty funny. You know, maybe you have use cases for that. Yeah, I'm not into it. A bit sad that this is our last legendary for Sword because as a certified Sword main, it's a bit sad that this is our last legendary. But yeah, I'm not really sold on that. I'll still try it on turn. Like my first deck I'm gonna try is Evil Sword, but I'm not very sold. I think that this card will be banger in Crosscraft though. Imagine playing Crosscraft, use Ginger to copy Knock Knock, that would be hilarious, right? They control evil, that's gonna be disgusting. You can still die, like... What are you gonna do against Diablo's Hedone? You can't do shit. It just nukes your whole board and your Wise is gone. Your wards are gone. Although it doesn't have any destruction protection. Yeah, then we have the gold that's for some reason not Mr. Lina. We're all very sad, but this is Warpath Fortress. Swordcraft Gold, Officer Machina. So I think this is our only Machina card in Sword. I can't remember if there is another one, but I believe this is the only one. This is the only relevant one at least. So I guess if you really wanted to, you could do something like play Ruins of Ireland to guaranteed draw this if you are a psychopath. Wonder when they announce World Beyond. It's probably gonna be towards the end of this expansion. I think it's not gonna be this early. I've heard Japanese players speculate that there'll probably be a bit of dead time between the end of this expansion and Worlds Beyond, so you might have a bit of like void time to, I guess, play throwback rotation if you want, or play another game or something. I don't know. But yeah, just wait, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, Warpath Fortress, 7 cost, 7/6. The stats are weird. Accelerate 1, summon. You know, when I first read the Accelerate, I thought this was insane, and then I read the second line of the Accelerate, and I was like, okay, turns out it's not that insane. Yeah, I mean, it's one cost to get 1 evo. It's pretty good in that sense. The main body is a joke. Fanfare 7/4 assembly droids, evolve them whenever another Machina followers destroy, draw a card. You wanna spend your turn 7 summoning 4 goddamn assembly droids and evolving them. I don't think that's what you wanna do, so yeah, no, the main body is a joke. I think this thing is just accelerate. This might as well be a spell at this point. This part is irrelevant. Just look at the top half. The accelerate is good though. It helps you get evo count. So I have no good evo payoff. What do you mean? There's one right here. See? There's one right here. It's Knock Knock. Machina Sword gonna be great again, dude. There's like 1 Machina Sword card, so no. Knock Knock and Roland are your main payoffs. Oh, you have Liot as well, I guess. Liot's not actually that bad. I mean, 1 cost to deal 3 damage is not that bad, I guess. Not that good either. You have Gayrolol as well, which can give you damage shield. You know, Sword has a lot of control. It has damage shield, it has damage cut, it has healing, it has draw, it has fanfare cancelling. Problem is none of it's very good, and we don't have a good finisher. Like, Chronos is like your best finisher for a control sword deck, which is very sad to say. If you're playing Evil Sword, this is staple just because of the Accelerate. Sword is bad. I mean, Nature's Sword is still fine, I think. You can just play Nature's Sword. if you really want to play Sword, you can just play Nature's Sword. That's always the option. Too bad they didn't give us the Mr. Lina we deserved. But yeah, if you're playing Evil, you definitely run 3 of this card just for the Accelerate. But other than that, this card is a joke. And it's not Mr. Lina. We're going next. Next is Vincent's Scale Balancer. Rune Legendary, 4 cost 4/4. Put a Words of Sanction in your hand. Evolve, gives your leader the following effect when you play a card or spell if it's the 3rd, 6th, 9th, 12th, 15th, 18th, or 21st you've played this match. Deals 2 damage to all enemies. This effect is super strong, isn't it? They might as well make Zeus sword card. Yeah, they should have given us Zeus back at least, then we'll have something to do with all this evil count. So the Words of Sanction is, I think, it's a 5 cost spell. Spell boost, subtract 1 from the cost of this card. Remove all effects from all enemy followers except changes to their attack or defense. I think this is a good card. I think this is good. It's a bit weird that he has an evil effect as well, because you have so many good evil effects that you want in. You play Control Sword once days in ranked days ago, and they used Wise kills any deck that uses Fanfare Shadow or Blood. I mean, if you can just kill the Wise, you're fine, right? So basically, this guy's job is like gives you an extra. He basically gives you an extra rapid fire or two on your lethal turn, maybe even 3. I think 2 or 3 extra rapid fires on your turn, which probably makes a good difference between lethal and not lethal. There's so many evil targets now. You want to evolve Vincent, you want to evolve Miser, you want to evolve Amaryllis. Maybe you don't need Amaryllis if you have Vincent, actually. Honestly, if you can cut Amaryllis, you probably want to cut Amaryllis. Let's say, if you don't have Amaryllis, normally you will need to play 10 rapid fires in a turn to kill your opponent. With the help of Vincent, you will reduce that by 2, so you'll need to play 8 rapid fires to kill your opponent. Depending on how you manage your spell boost card count, you can even get away with just playing 7 to kill your opponent. So honestly, I'm not sure Amaryllis is even needed anymore. He feels so heavy, yeah. I mean, he does cost 4, it's a bit heavy, but the effect's good though. Just deals 2 damage to all enemies. He helps you clear board as well. Maybe you... Plus he comes with the effect to silence enemies, which is just a nice little trick that you can have just to ruin your opponent's life with. What does it even do though? What can you do with Words of Sanction actually? What are you silencing that is worth silencing right now? Wrath Blood doesn't have anything worth silencing. Ladika Forest doesn't really have anything worth silencing. I guess Machina, it works against Machina, like, kind of. Miser and Vincent is a good combo. Yeah, they're obviously designed for each other. This kind of effect requires you to play so many spell boost cards. It's only really workable with Miser, I think. Rune has a 6-7 turn 6-7 OTK. You mean Machina Rune, right? But I mean, if you want to play spell boost, then why not, right? I mean, what do you want them to do? Print more Machina Rune support? I think Machina Rune's good enough. I don't think they need more. I'm fine with them printing spell boost support here. But I think it looks good. Why remove effect when you don't hit face anyway? I mean, you can remove some annoying effects, like cards with last words that heal can be annoying. Like the Angel of the Covenant. I mean, Amulet Haven is pretty popular, right? The Seraph of the True Keys or Seraph of the True Key. I mean, like Seraph of the True Key sits there, and like if you don't clear it before you start using your rapid fires, then they will just heal back the damage you dealt. So I guess you can just use Words of Sanction to just silence that. Works against Last Word as well. They seem to be pushing Last Words, so it can help you against Last Words as well. You can silence annoying things in between. You can almost think that you can silence Wise, but you can't actually silence Wise. I think this has its uses. I think it looks good, but I don't know. Riley Soul Shaman. It's just a free spell boost token. True words have never been spoken. Accelerate 1, restore 2 defense to your leader, summon a magic element. So this effect is obviously very good. If only it drew, but I think if it drew, it would be too broken. But the fact that it just heals for like free basically, and you get a dirt out of it, very nice. It also means that even if you draw her early, she's not a complete brick. How many damage with Rapid Fire and Vincent effect? I mean, it helps you reach 20 damage without relying on Amaryllis, is my opinion. But I mean, I don't play much spell boost either, so I could be wrong. But I think with Vincent's help, the threshold to reach OTK with just Rapid Fire and no Amaryllis is much lower. Maybe not much, but it's definitely lower, I think. The only problem is People are when you're playing spell boost, you're gonna 1000% forget about Vincent's effect and then waste a bunch of board clears and stuff and mess up turns because you forget about the 2 damage. But yeah, we're just gonna chalk that one up to skill issue and just ignore that part. Anyway, back to Riley. So Shaman, invoke at the start of your turn. If one X is at least 1, invoke this 7. Sorry, at least 7. Invoke this card. X is the number of allied stacks consumed. Storm Ward, Fanfare, gain plus X plus 0. I mean, this card is good. I think it's quite clear that this card is good. There's no way this card is bad. It's just a good card. Golem King support. Yeah, you can actually play with Golem Lord. Get another ward, or you can play with Pam. You can use Pascal also to double the stats. So just the 2/6. You can just summon a 2/12 ward. And then it's also a finisher if you draw it normally. They made a... Can you believe that at this moment in time, the last expansion of the game, they finally made an invoke card that you are happy to draw? You can finally not complain every time you draw your invokes, because this is actually good to draw even if... It used to be good with Trees Destroy, yeah, but we don't have Trees Destroy and Ruin now, so that would be bad if they printed her as an Naturea card still. It's fine to keep her dirt, I think. Plus it gives you a reliable finisher, like no matter what, as long as you keep spending stacks, Riley will just blow your opponent to shreds with her Storm. It's like the rotation version of Forbidden Dark Mage. The fact that she just gives you a 6 health ward like for free is also pretty strong, I think. Yeah, I think she's good. If you're playing Dirt, you definitely want this. I don't know how good Dirt is though, but if you're playing Dirt, you're definitely spamming 3 of her immediately. Gonna be playing Evil Blood. Then she gonna be countered so hard right now since there's anti-invocation card. There is? Wait. There's an anti-invoke card? Since when? Oh, you don't want to draw invoke, but even if you draw her, she's fine. Wait, Glistening Angel is not in real wait, is there a rotation card that stops invoke? I don't remember there being one. Unless you count Knock Knock. Knock Knock stops invoke. You want to count Knock Knock, sure. Knock Knock is it stops invoke by filling their board. Fusion Dragon followers that originally cost at least 7 play points. Oh, Drak is not buffed, thankfully. Imagine if Drak was buffed. Another cards I've used to this card. When cards I've used to this card, if it's the first time, put Staggering Complication into your hand. If it's the second time, gain an anti-play point. Or if it's the third time, draw 2 cards. Rash Fanfare, deal X damage to all enemies, X this follower's attack. So obviously, I mean the fact that he ramps this already means he's broken. He's definitely a good card. I mean he ramps, like what else is there to say? He ramps, that's it. That's all you need. He ramps. He's a ramp card that also is a finisher, which is wild. When's the update? Later, in a few hours, I believe. And then his spell is 1 cost, give +2/+0 to a dragon follower in your hand, deal 10 damage to a random enemy follower. So obviously I meant to buff him with it, so that when you play him for his fanfare, he does a ton of damage. My crackpot theory is that you're actually meant to be buffing Forte and Miriam with it. Like the correct way to play this guy is just to use Forte and Miriam to buff it. I mean, use it to buff Forte and Miriam and just blow your opponent up. That's my theory. And then like other than that, you just use him to ramp, right? Naturea Dragon is gonna be Naturea can't play this card. It's the fusion requirement is too steep for Naturea. They don't have a single card that works with this condition. Drak and Joe are a perfect combination, but Drak costs 9, Joe costs 5. How are you gonna play them in the same turn? But I'm always happy with Big Dragon support. I think Big Dragon is very fun. I like the gambling of playing Relic Dragon. I think it's hilarious. I think he can just use his spell to buff Forte and Miriam, and then just like case cracked Forte and Miriam, punch them in the face for 20 damage and they die. That's my crackpot theory. That's my secret OTK dragon deck. Yeah, let's see. I mean he looks good to me. He rams, he's good. He's good. 2 cost 2/2 Arrow Steel Dragon New. What is this art? It's so weird looking. And this one's a Machina. Fanfare, select an allied dragon follower that in play that costs at least 7 and activate its fanfare. I think you're supposed to play it with Drak. That's the point, right? You're supposed to play it with Drak. Like you buff Drak to 10. Is the castle still in rotation? I don't actually know. I don't remember. Maybe. Wonder how good Drak will be. Dragon Devouring Dread is your favorite card. I mean, it is basically Dragon Devouring Dread, right? But instead of banishing cards, he's just a finisher. Is there a way to make his attack 20? Not that I know of. I don't think so. Technically there is, but like it's so unrealistic that you should just not bother. But you don't really need to make him 20. Just like play Drak and then you just like play the Celestial Worm God, discount Drak, then you play Drak, and then you just play this thing on Drak and repeat the fanfare, right? That's what this card is meant to be. I think it's just a repeat Drak's fanfare. That's it. Like, no, it's not good. I don't think this is good. I think this card is bad, so let's just not. Then he's 6 PP unlimited. Unlimited Drak's a different card altogether, so you can't play this. You can't use this card in unlimited. The unlimited one is the buff dragon card, so yeah. Alright, next is Kagero Valsar Sheath. Fanfare if at least 5 allied cards had last words when they were destroyed. Gain Rush or Bane. Rush and Bane, sorry, and then fanfare. Last words, put a Soul Flash in your hand. And Soul Flash deals 5 damage to a random enemy follower if at least 15 allied cards had last words when they were destroyed this match. Deal 5 damage to the enemy leader. I think he's good. Dragon Queen Castle is not in rotation. That's a shame. I think this card is good. I think he's good. You can get last words pretty fast now because of the Natura cards. Even though Shadow doesn't actually have any Natura cards besides Lubel, which is not really a Natura card. I think with Natura you can get last words pretty fast now. The only problem with last words good enough to bring back last word Shadow. I don't know how to bring back, but he's definitely good enough to make it playable. I guess you're sick of playing Machina, you can play this instead. The biggest problem with last word Shadow now, you can actually activate Dark Alice like ridiculously fast right now. But the problem is that without Instant Death, without Colonel, you're a bit lacking in damage. I think especially without Instant Death, Colonel and Instant Death are big losses for damage now. But then now you have Soul Flash to make up for damage. Soul Flash is basically another Dark Alice. Plus Necromancy is faster than finishing the enemy. Yeah, if you want to play a top tier deck, just play Necromancy, yeah sure, but like I mean, they're trying to save last words here, so if you want to play last words, just play Kagero. Kagero is good. Is there any way to reanimate him? Yeah. Is that let's go with Kagero? I mean, they are both last words Shadow cards. I think he's good. Kagura is made for that, at least. Well, they're both made for the same archetype. I think it's more the correct way to say it. Plus he has Rush as well, which means it's easy to get rid of him. You can if you want to cut a twofold Grace from your last words deck, you can. Well, but then you kind of want to run a Desert Wanderer, so I don't think Dust Reborn is an option. Alright, is gonna be back meta? I don't think so. What's harder to use Nature Sword and Machina Shadow? My opinion is Nature Sword. But I don't know. Opinions may differ, but I think Nature Sword is harder. My two most played decks this expansion are Nature Sword and Machina Shadow, but I think Nature Sword is harder. But yeah, I think he's gonna be good. I don't think he'll make last words better than whatever Shadow does now though. Next is Avant-Garde Gravediggers. Let's see what they've done to Jack Shovel. Shadowcraft, Gold, Machina. Just don't use Desert Wonder, but Desert Wonder is so good. It's 1 PP for 2 last words. And it draws 2 cards as well. Summon 2 assembly droids if you play at least 10 other Machina cards this match. Give +2/+2 to all allied assembly droids. No? It's not good, right? Why is she 5? Why does she cost 5? Is there any new card in the mini? There is one. Why does she cost 5? I don't understand. I don't like it. There's no way there's any space in Machina Shadow for this thing. Alright, Elzard, Linked Vampire, 2 cost 2/2. When this foil comes into play, if X at least 3, put a Sanguine Arts into your hand. X equals the number of allied Eluzards that come into play this match, including this one. Machina Shadow even good. Now no one wants to play Machina on ladder because the games are very long and the deck is a bit hard to play. If you want to play a meta deck, you just play Necromancy, you just play Wrath. It's just better. But Machina is good, I think. You got punish for enemy Machina bot, but you also spend your turn playing one big ass 5 cost follower that's not that good. You can discount her. And? How? Ow. How do you discount this? Some decks don't care about the 1/1 droid, they can punish them if needed. I mean, like, sure, but like Machina Shadow doesn't actually have that much damage output anyway from the... Machina Shadow's output that for damage is from Lubel, not really like... At least from my point of view, whenever I play against Machina Shadow, I don't really have to worry about them dealing too much damage with assembly droids or anything. There's a spell that discounts Machina. I know Haven has one in Unlimited. You can play Lumonia. The only discount you have is Shared Goal, but Shared Goal only draws 2 cost followers, so it doesn't work with a 5 cost follower. You might be thinking of Shared Goal. If you're thinking of Shared Goal, that one only draws 2 cost followers, so it doesn't work. When this follower comes into play, if X at least 3, put a Sanguine Arts in your hand. X equals number of allied card Eluzad Link Vampires that come into play this match. So on the 3rd one onwards, he evolves. He gives you the spell. Cost for PB, yeah, that's Shared Goal. It only works on 2 cost followers. Doesn't work with anything else. Last words, give your leader the following effect. At the start of your turn, after your next turn, summon Eluzard and then remove this effect. So as long as your opponent doesn't silence or banish it, he just keeps coming back forever. Every 2 turns. Which is weird because based on the story, he doesn't have the ability to do that anymore, so... Kind of weird that they still kept that ability on him, but oh well. Who cares, right? During your turn, when this follower evolves, activate Vengeance until the end of the turn. So... This is a rare situation where you have a vengeance activator that only works for this turn. Usually they work for the next turn as well, but this one only works for this turn. I guess it'll be broken if it's at 2 turns, because then he'll literally just be infinite. Last words. Oh, and then the spell is just 2 damage to all enemies, and then evolve a random unevolved allied Aluzar. I think this card is good. This card is very good. That's very good. I don't know why the vengeance effect is there, but other than that, it's very good. I think. I mean, you can try to play Vengeance Blood, I guess. What do you even have anymore? Vulgus. You have Vulgus. You have Maron. You have Galom. Is that enough? I'm not sure if you can actually play Vengeance. Maybe you can try. He does deal a decent amount of damage. 1 costs 2 damage to all enemies, plus activating Vengeance is pretty sick. He's the most reliable Vengeance activator, I think. Right, he's weak to Banish, Haven. A lot of things are weak to... Maybe not a lot. You can save the spell as well to clear a big ward, but I mean, it's only 2 damage, it's not that. But yeah. You definitely have to time your Aluzard though, for if you want to make good use of it in Evil Blood, which I think this is probably going to be playing Evil Blood. But I do want to try it as well, so I'll probably try it at some point as well. Helps you clear ward, helps you deal more damage. 1 PP for 1. It also gives you another follower that evolves that isn't a Machina card follower, because like... I mean, if you think about it now, you can use this with with Mono and Ruler of Retribution alone is like 13 plus 15. It's like 19 damage. Which is good, like really good. And that's assuming you don't have a single assembly jar, which like you're gonna have at least one. Is it better than Wrath? I'm not sure. I think you have to try it out and see. We all thought that Evil was better than Wrath at first as well, right? And then turns out that Wrath is just a monstrosity. But so I guess we'll find out after Aluzar is actually in the game. But yeah, it looks good to me. Alright, next, Raving Vampire. 3 cost, 1/3. Natura. Fusion cards. No cards fused to this changes cost to 1. You can only fuse if you have 20 or less cards in deck. 1 PP, 6 damage with mono, yeah. Wait. Stormbane Fanfare, put a random Natura card, excluding Raving Vampire from the deck to your hand. He's meant to draw the spider. Oh, no, she is meant to draw the spider. I mean, if you're playing under 10, you're playing this, but I don't think it's like under 10 is good, so yeah. Alright, next, Limonia, Ruinous Saint. Fanfare, put Salvation of the Fallen into your hand. Evolve, subtract the cost of a random Salvation of the Fallen in your hand. A 1 cost spell. Heal 2, draw a card. With it's Insight on Crack, by the way. Allied foes have evolved at least 3 times the Smash Kill Leader, a damage shield. Allied foes have evolved at least 7 times, summon a Heavenly Aegis. So, from what I've heard, you can activate this on like turn 5 to 6. You just get a Aegis. If you don't know what Aegis is, it's a big ass follower that just can't be, like, you can't do anything to it. Aegis, no way. Yeah, Aegis is back. If it's even that good now, is it too slow? 7 evos is... it's a little bit hard to get to, I think. If you're playing pure Heal Haven, I think 7 evos is a bit hard. I guess you have to play Heal Evo. But yeah, you can just buff Aegis, right? And your opponent can't do anything to stop you. You can just punch you. They just punch you in the face with Aegis until you die. Her stats are kind of gross. Why is she 1-2? I don't know why she's 1-2. But I guess she's 1-2. You better than Amulet though is the question. I don't really see it overtaking Amulet, but I mean, Aegis is pretty sick, right? You can buff the Aegis as well. Pretty sick. Doesn't love to buff Aegis. I don't like that she's a 1-2, but other than that, I think she looks cool. Also face shield, yeah. This is the Mechana. This is the Mechana rune counter we've all wanted. This is the Mechana rune we all wanted. You just summon the Aegis and then Mechana rune just dies. Questions on what turn can you summon Aegis? If you're playing hardcore Evo turn 5 or 6, I've heard. If you high roll, you can turn 5 if like you get a mid roll or like probably around 6 or 7. You still have to build your deck towards it because you need Evos. Haven is one of the few decks that has a decent amount of pre-Evo turn Evos. I mean, you have Holy Cat, you have the Holy Kitty, and you have the Divine Wolves. It's bad with Natura Dragon. I don't know about that. Aegis, they don't have enough stats. I mean, Valdian wrote lower stats, but like not really enough. If you're playing something like Illuvia in your deck, then you can just buff the Aegis and like Valdian just doesn't matter anymore. I mean, it looks okay. I don't think it's that. I don't think she's actually that good, but I think she looks okay. You have Featherfolk, Rush, Drain, Last Word, Summon Nature Tree. This is good. I think this is a good card. Yeah, this is a good card. Right? Like, this is just good. I don't know if there's like space in the deck, but I think it looks good to me. Yeah, I mean, it just looks good. Icy. Oh my god, they shortened his name. It's not Icelendric anymore. Now he's just Icy. He's actually just Icy now. Just like how they shortened Bunny and Baron's name, they also shortened Icelendric's name to just Icy. Invoke, another Invoke card. Start of your turn, if you use at least 30 play points this match, invoke this card. If there are no allied express magic trains in play, summon 1. Ward, Fanfare, and Last Words put Pay the Piper. Wait, oh, you get 2 copies of Pay the Piper. Oh, I just realized this is pretty sick. Well, that's you play his main body, which like... You summon the train. The train, follower that originally cost at least 2 play points, and then it has a ward. When follower becomes maneuverable, banish all enemy followers. Invoke again, yes, invoke again. But Proto has ways to put things back in the deck, so it's fine. You can pay the Piper, give -10, -0 to a random enemy follower, add 1 to the cost of all cards in your opponent's hand until the start of your opponent of your next turn. Probably turn 7 or 6, yeah, 7 or 8, yeah. Artifact support, nah, this is nothing support. I don't think this is good. I don't think this is good. Like, I don't see it being good. Like, it's so slow. If you draw him, you're playing a 5-cost 5/5 ward. Is that what you want to be doing with your life? You want to be playing a 5-cost 5/5 ward? And like, this spell is actually a trap. This effect is actually a trap. You see, it says add 1 to the cost of all cards in your opponent's hand until the start of next turn, right? But all your opponent will do is just top deck the perfect card anyway, so in the end the spell does nothing. So what's the point? Your opponent's just gonna top deck the perfect card and then it's gonna do nothing because it doesn't discount that. created the counter Aegis. I guess. I think Aegis will punch you to death before you invoke this though. Calamity support if only we had Calamity. Bahamut wannabe. Imagine if... You know what they should have done? They should have put this in the game before Cutthroat rotated. That's what they should have done. If this was in the game while Cutthroat was still around now, that's a banger card right there. Not this though. I'm not convinced. Maisha, Hero of Tenacity. Fanfare, draw a card. Evolve, put a Purgation's Gambit into your hand. Very good Fanfare effect. Purgation's Gambit, select a follower in play if you selected Maisha. Give it plus X and Storm, X number of time allied followers have evolved this match, otherwise destroy the follower and draw a card. So she's meant to be a finisher for Evil, I guess. How fast can you get Evil? I mean, you have Oceanus, you have Blooming Dancer, you have Twin Arm Rescuer, you have... Is that it? Anything else? B is not in rotation. I don't know how fast you can get evolves. You could in theory. Maisha has Black with Storm, yeah, she always has Storm for some reason. You could in theory, if you reach 8 evos, you can use the spell twice and give her 20 damage. Which is, I guess, something, if your opponent doesn't have a single ward for some reason. You can use her spell twice and give Maisha 20 damage. When if you start at 7 evos, you play Maisha, evo her, and then you play her spell twice on her, and then she has 20 damage. Punch your opponent in the face to death. It's gonna be good. I don't think so. I don't think Portal can evolve fast enough to make good use of this. Can we give this to Sword? Like, can Sword have this? Like, can we have this in Sword? Like, couldn't they give us this instead of whatever the hell the stupid fortress is? Give us this. But make her a Swordcraft follower. She already has a sword. She has 2 swords, in fact. Just make her Sword at this point. I don't think this can fill the whole of evil portal that is Alice. Honestly, it's the fact that she doesn't auto-evolve and Alice draws cards, but she's probably she's the best finisher you can possibly run in the evil portal, I think. You don't see any Storm her spell, just her Storm. Alright, last card, the only new card, Despair Reborn. With the singular most insane line of text on any Shadowverse card in history. At the start of turns, you are able to evolve. If this match is unlimited, change the cost of this card to 4. Erika and Maisha is good. I don't really think they have any particular synergy. Well, unlimited, this is just... Everyone gets Soul Taker now. Everyone gets to be Soul Taker Shadow. Only good for unlimited. I mean, you could play a control deck maybe. Discard 2 cards from your hand. Summon 4 copies of 4 random allied followers or amulets. Discard them from your hand this match. Give the enemy leader the following effect at the start of your next turn. Discard 2 random cards from your hand. What deck in rotation can even use? What can you even use this in rotation? What can you summon with this? You can summon Wise. You can summon Wise. Evasive Fighter. And then what? Roland and Galder. Something stupid like that. Hey, you summon Balian off this, it evolves. Let's see how you can place in rotation. I feel like I feel like this is an unlimited card. I don't see how you could place in rotation. Discard Dragon, yeah. Discard Dragon without the Lumior. Only good for Dragon rotation. I don't think it's even good for Dragon. What can you summon with this? You can summon Relic Dragon. Summon Relic Dragon. Summon... What else can you summon? Rolla Storm is on Fanfare, so summoning Rolla doesn't do anything. I thought you can use Dinosaur Legendary Discard. Or just use Lumior. Lumior's an like that stupid OTK deck where they just blow you up from 20, right? Instantaneous victory. You Lumior everything, you also discard 2 cards from your hand, so like... Ugh. What can play this? Oh. Maybe you can play in Lena Haven. Maybe Lena can actually... Wait, actually Lena I think can play this. Wait, Lena could play this. Oh, Lena could totally play this. Right? Someone's 4. And if one of those is the Cottontail Chirurgeon, you can evolve the Cottontail Chirurgeon to summon even more shit. Ow. Play it. Like, you just play the card. Like, you put it in your deck and you just play it. All your cards are expensive as hell anyway, so it doesn't matter what this... Unless this discards amulets from your hand, then you might cry, but other than that, it should be fine, right? Is there a way to discard Lena? You have Wings of Friendship. You can play Izuna's Revival as well if you want. The spell itself also can discard cards for you. But Wings of Friendship does discard, right? It's not banished, right? It's discard, I think. Right? I don't remember. I feel like it's discard. Isn't it random? What if you got Amulet or Shitty Followers? What shitty followers are you playing in Lena Haven? Every follower costs 5 or more. The amulets are a problem though. That's true. The amulets can be a problem. I think the followers are fine though. Lexio, yeah, you can get Lexio as well. It just summons a Storm Ward. You can place in Dragon, but I don't think Dragon has any good targets for it. I think Lena is actually pretty decent. You can summon 4 bodies for the cost of 8 PP, which is pretty good. And depending on what you summon with this card, you can even summon more than 4 bodies. Like if you summon a Cottontail Chirurgeon, you can just evolve that to summon even more bodies. I feel like you can play Control Lena with this card in it. You can have the added benefit of discarding your opponent's cards as well, which makes it even harder for them to answer your stupidly huge board. What about Rally Sword? You want to place in Rally Sword? There's no way. Impossible. What do you even summon with this? Oh, Wimael's not in the game. You can't use this summon Wimael because he's not in the game anymore. That's a shame. I guess it's too expensive to play stupid Hozumi Wimael Forest anymore anyway, so it doesn't matter. Meta's gonna be control deck again now, we don't know. All I'm doing is looking at the new cards and seeing what you can use them for. I don't know if it will actually affect the meta in any way. The current meta decks are pretty strong. I'm not sure if anything new can compete with them. So we'll have to find out there. Yeah, that's it for the new cards, I guess. My throat is kind of sore, so I'm just gonna stop here. We've looked at all the cards anyway. We're gonna see how wrong I am about most of these. It'll be fun, I guess. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm running on 3 hours of sleep today, so I'm probably not going to be streaming the mini upplay off stream, probably. And then, yeah, I'll probably make some videos as usual off stream when I feel like it, but not today. So, that's it for today. Thank you